Today we're spinning back to the early 90s with one of the most iconic sequels in video game history, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Released in 1992, this game didn't just run circles around its predecessor, it blasted through with enough speed to break the sound barrier. Developed by Sega's Sonic team in Japan and published by Sega for the Genesis, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 introduced us to famous gameplay mechanics and one unforgettable two-tailed fox. But what made this game a blueprint for future platformers? And how did our blue blur become the cultural icon he is today? We're going to explore every nook and cranny of Sonic 2, from its groundbreaking level design and innovative features to its impact on the gaming industry and pop culture. So grab your chili dogs, reverend up your spin dash, and let's get ready to go fast. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell for more retro gaming content. Let's jump right into the high-speed world of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. In the sequel to Sonic's explosive debut, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 picks up with our super speed hero Sonic returning to West Side Island in his biplane. But this isn't just another solo run. Right from the get-go, Sonic isn't alone. Here's where Miles Tails Prower enters the scene. A two-tailed fox with a knack for mechanics and a heart full of bravery. Inspired by Sonic's daring deeds, Tails decides to join him, and together they set off to thwart Dr. Robotnik's nefarious plans once again. The diabolical Dr. Robotnik is at it again, capturing more of the island's animals and turning them into robots. But this time, his ambitions are even grander. He seeks the powerful Chaos Emeralds to fuel his new ultimate weapon, the Death Egg, a space fortress capable of dominating the world. Determined to save their friends and the world, Sonic and Tails embark on a whirlwind adventure across diverse zones. From the lush greenery of Emerald Hill to the high-tech antics of Metropolis Zone, our heroes zip through obstacles, gathering rings and Chaos Emeralds to stop Robotnik's plan. Their journey culminates in a face-off against Dr. Robotnik and his Death Egg, where the stakes are higher than ever. It's a race against time and technology that only Sonic and his new sidekick can win. With its simple yet compelling storyline, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 sets the stage for what becomes an epic battle of speed versus machine, paving the way for many more adventures. It's not just a game, it's a story of friendship, resilience, and heroism. If you thought the original Sonic was fast, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 cranks up the velocity with the introduction of the Spin Dash, a game changer that became a signature move for our blue hero in future titles. This move allowed players to charge up a stationary Sonic into a whirlwind that rockets him across the screen, blasting through enemies and obstacles alike. But that's not all. Sonic 2 isn't just about going solo. It introduces cooperative gameplay with Tails following Sonic. Whether controlled by the computer or a second player, Tails helps in your quest to defeat Dr. Robotnik. This two-player dynamic brought a whole new level of fun and strategy to the series. And speaking of two-player action, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 also features a split-screen competitive mode where players can race through specially designed stages. This mode was not just about speed, but also about precision platforming, adding a competitive edge to the game that friends could enjoy together. The gameplay depth extends with the redesigned special stages, where Sonic and Tails run through a half-pipe collecting rings and dodging obstacles. These stages are not just visually stunning, but a real test of your reflexes and teamwork, especially since collecting all 7 Chaos Emeralds unlocks the super cool Super Sonic transformation. Once transformed into Super Sonic, our hero becomes invincible and even faster, changing the gameplay dynamics and making Sonic nearly unstoppable. This reward not only offered players a powerful payoff for their hard-earned effort, but also added replay value for those looking to harness this golden form. From its innovative mechanics to its engaging multiplayer options, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 truly set a new standard for what action platformers could be. It's a blend of speed, style, and good old-fashioned fun that keeps us coming back for more, even decades after its release. If there's one thing that can instantly transport any Sonic's fan back to the early 90s, It's the unforgettable soundtrack of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Composed by the legendary Masato Nakamura from the J-pop band Dreams Come True, the music in this game is not just a series of background tracks. It's the pulsating heart of the Sonic experience. Each zone in Sonic 2 is defined by its unique sound. From the upbeat and catchy rhythms of Emerald Hill zones to the darker, electronic beats of Metropolis Zone, Nakamura's compositions perfectly capture the essence and atmosphere of every environment Sonic dashes through. The Sega Genesis, known for its distinctive Yamaha M2612 sound chip, allowed Nakamura to create a deep and rich Sonic palette that pushed the hardware to its limits. This resulted in a soundtrack that was both technically impressive and emotionally resonant, setting a new standard for video game music. Fans and critics alike have praised the soundtrack for its ability to evoke a sense of speed and adventure. Songs like Chemical Plant Zones have gone on to become some of the most iconic video game music tracks, often remixed and celebrated in various music and gaming communities across the globe. The legacy of Sonic the Hedgehog 2's music extends far beyond the game itself. It has influenced a generation of musicians and composers and remains a beloved part of video game music history. The tunes are timeless, turning every playthrough into a nostalgic trip down memory lane and keeping our feet tapping as we zip through the game's colorful landscapes. Released on November 24, 1992, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 not only cemented Sonic as Sega's mascot, but also as a global icon. This game was a crucial factor in Sega's early 90s console war against Nintendo, helping the Genesis gain a massive foothold in markets worldwide. The game's influence extended far beyond its original release. It set the stage for numerous sequels, spin-offs, and adaptations, ranging from comic books and cartoons to an expansive franchise where Sonic battled alongside other video game legends. The innovations introduced in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, like the spin dash and cooperative play, became staples of the series, continually refined in later installments. Its level design, fast-paced gameplay, and multiplayer racing influenced countless platformers and racing games that followed. Developers and critics often cite Sonic 2 as one of the greatest video games ever made. Its approach to game mechanics, storytelling, and music composition are studied in game development courses across the globe. Decades later, the blue blur is still running strong, with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 often highlighted in retro gaming events, speedrunning competitions, and more. Its legacy is not just preserved in the hearts of those who played it, but also in the ongoing saga of Sonic games that continue to bring joy to new generations. From its turbocharged gameplay to its iconic soundtrack, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 not only defined an era of gaming, but also became a pivotal chapter in video game history. Its influence on the platforming genre and its role in shaping the Sega Genesis's success are undeniable. As we revisited the zones, relived the adrenaline, pumping action, and celebrated the dynamic duo of Sonic and Tails, it's clear that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is much more than just a game. It's a journey filled with excitement, innovation, and nostalgia. The legacy of Sonic 2 continues to resonate with fans old and new, inspiring creators, gamers, and dreamers everywhere. Whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer to the series, the spirit of Sonic encourages us all to keep pushing forward, no matter the speed bumps along the way. What are your favorite memories of Sonic the Hedgehog 2? Do you have any tips or tricks that you discovered while playing? Drop a comment below to share your experiences. And if you enjoyed this nostalgic run through gaming history, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more awesome content. Until next time, keep on gaming, and remember, you've gotta go fast.